everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm the On Point Stitcher. I'm so glad you're here with me today, hanging out with me, and here to see what I have to share, to see the updates and all that good stuff, hear about my plans. This is Flosstube number 8. It is February of 2023, and I'm here. I said I'd be here in February, and I was hoping to actually get a video out this last Friday, which was yesterday. But I was busy studying all night last night and just didn't get a chance to sit down. So here we are this morning. I was able to pass one of my quizzes, so I was able to sit down and do a floss tube with you. So thank you so much again for being here. Whether you are new or a returning guest, I am very glad to be able to spend some time with you. And so let's get right into it. The first thing that I want to go over really quickly is a project that I shared last time. This was one of my finishes from last year, and this was a stitch along with some very amazing, wonderful ladies, but I did forget to mention one. She is the sweetest person in the world. Hi Alice, thank you so much for letting me be in that SAL with all you ladies, and yours is just as gorgeous. All of them turned out so beautiful, so thank you so much for letting me stitch along with you all and being a part of that. Okay, so I have been up to a couple of different projects, some starts and finishes. The starts and finishes aren't too big. Now I have been working on Advent Animals. Sorry for that zipping noise. And I was watching Megan's channel from Stitching Moon, and she was showing her progress, and I have seen her on Instagram posting progress there too, but I noticed that we were both about in the same place the last floss tube that she had put up, and so I reached out to her and asked her if she wouldn't mind if I kind of stitched along to keep up with her. And so I believe she is trying to get all of hers finished by July of this year. And so she has them into her rotation. So here I am on this one. We are both in the same spot-ish right now. We both have Pearly Pig completed. And so what I did for, I guess, kind of Christmas stitching, Flossmas stitching, whatever you would like to call it, in 2021, I put all of my grids in my fabric. So I did dye this fabric myself. This is, I'm always like, I get confused. It's either 16 or 18 count Aida, and it always looks different after you dye it because the count kind of gets smaller. But anyway, so I dyed this with a royal blue. I think it was, I can't remember. Anyway, I dyed this. It was originally ivory, but Megan's doing the same thing where she's stitching all of hers on one big piece. And so the last time you saw this, I had Cashmere Camel started. She is finished, and Megan and I had a funny little chat about the bows. Now the bows are Lazy Daisy stitches, and I hadn't done Lazy Daisy stitches in a long time, and Megan pointed out that they didn't need to be perfect. And so I was like, well, you're right, because she's a camel. Can you imagine a camel trying to make bows? And so I just was giggling at myself. But then we have Mr. Pierre Penguin and Pearly Pig. And I finished Pearly Pig just yesterday. So she's done. And then while I was studying last night, I was actually working on her while I was studying last night because I had to do some instructional videos. And so they were very, very long. And so to help myself stay awake, I was stitching. And then I also started, I believe Kenny Kangaroo. So I have a start on Kenny Kangaroo as well. And he will look like this. And all of these are free charts on Brooks Books Advent Animals. You can just Google that. I will also link that so that you can find them. But I think we are planning on doing 2 more animals this month, and there is already a SAL on Instagram for this one. It is Advent Animals SAL, so there's 2 S's in there. And so the next one that we will be working on is, of course, Kenny Kangaroo, and then also Sheila Sheep. Let me see if I can get that to, there we go. So she will be next. And that is where I'm at on that. Okay. And these do take a little bit of time to work on. They take a couple of days, unless you're really, really fast. I'm not as fast as some. I do stitch them in hand, so I am able to go a little bit faster than when I'm working on a hoop. But they do take a few days to work on. And it is very nice to have something to work on while I'm studying and having to watch instructional videos, because it really helps pass the time and make me not be so bored. I have noticed though that I have had to go back on some of the videos and repeat the video because I was maybe counting, or I was like trying to find something and I was like, wait a minute, that didn't stick. Hold on, I gotta rewatch that one, and I'll actually have to put down my project and rewatch that video and take better notes. So don't do what I do if you're studying. All right, I do have notes. So my focus piece for the rest of winter, which is up until March 20th, is Walk as One by Jody Bergsma. I'm doing the stocking version, and it is a stocking that I will be putting together and giving to my husband when completed. Sorry, I'm looking for the page that has the whole thing. Obviously, I did a good job and got everything together first. Okay, so here's that one. That is what it will look like completed. And since I saw you last, I had some color completions on that one. So I will show you this first. So here I am on this one. And since you saw it last, and I don't know if I have a picture from last time or not, I'll try to get pictures today so that next time I do have pictures. But since you saw it last, I have actually put in 4,736 stitches, which to me is incredible because I haven't had that much time to stitch. I have been busy at work, busy running kiddos around, and then coming home and getting on the computer and studying. So it has been amazing that I got as far as I did. Now, the idea was that I was hoping to get to 50% by the first day of spring. The first day of spring is like March 20th, and I don't think I'm gonna get there. I'm at, I don't know the percentage I'm at, as crazy as it is. I am, I think, at 29%, and after doing some math, it's gonna be, I've got to do like 500 stitches a day to get to 50% by the middle of March, and I just don't have that kind of time. I've been able to do somewhere around like 100, 200 stitches in the evenings when I do get my stitchy time. So, and especially with how confetti heavy this was. This snowflake right here was incredibly confetti heavy. Like for each 10 by 10 square, there was maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 stitches, and then I'd have to park down below or over or somewhere so that I wouldn't have to take that color out again in the next 10 by 10 square. But oh my goodness, this was nothing but confetti. So the colors that I finished are these greens in here. Those ones are color completed, and this was the only area that those greens were in. So the colors that I did complete right here. So I do take them out of my roll when I finish. So I have 936, 471, 580, 581, 3346, and 3364. So that's really, really exciting. I'm going to be putting these, actually my stash is right here. I was looking for colors for Kenny Kangaroo last night, so I still have it sitting out. So this can go right back into the box. So I'm really excited about this one. It is getting there, but I don't think I'm going to get to that 50% by March. I'm not going to put that much pressure on myself. So I'm just going to see how far I can get by the middle of March. That's fine for me. I'm good with that. The next project that I have been working on is a SAL. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sure you've heard about this, but Sheena Pike has come back to Heaven and Earth Designs. This pattern hasn't come back out yet. Michelle has been releasing the patterns back on there like every couple of days. There's like 2 or 3 more new patterns, and some of the patterns are new. So I'm really, really excited to see Sheena Pike come back to Heaven and Earth Designs. She is an amazing artist, and if you have not had a chance, she did post a very, very sweet post on the official Heaven and Earth Design Facebook group, just saying thank you for having me back, kind of explaining why she's coming back. Now, I don't have a whole lot of information. I don't know if she's going to still stay with Charting Creations for what they have, or if maybe Heaven and Earth is going to be taking those ones over. I don't know. So we will just have to wait and see what happens on that, because she does still have some things over at Charting Creations. So we'll see. Anyhow, since you saw Marigold last, and that one is called Autumn Dragon, however, my kids have very fondly named her Marigold. Marigolds are my absolute favorite fall flower. I really like, there's other fall flowers that I like, but I really like the big puffy marigolds. They're just gorgeous. Anyway, since you saw her last, I have put in 683 stitches, and I'm working in her tail. And last time you saw this, I was reaching out to Angie to tell me what to do. I said, give me marching orders. I need to know what to do because I can't make up my mind. And so Angie was like in the middle of watching my Flosstube and answered me on Instagram. She said, go to the tip of the tail and come back. So that is what I'm doing. So this is part of the tail here. I've gotten to the end of the tail. So I will show you that picture again. So right now I'm working in this area. I'm going to get to the tip of the tail, finish this tail end, and then I will work my way probably back, unless I deviate and then come back down again. Who knows, but for now I'm working on the tip. And that is a SAL. That is the Sheena Pike SAL. And there are so many of you that are stitching. I am just loving seeing all your work. Angie and I try to post that one on Tuesdays, as you know. Well, most of you know. But anyhow, That one's fun. I do try to work on that one on Tuesdays if I have the time. I did work on it this last Tuesday and literally I only put in like 69 stitches. I didn't even find that like Instagram worthy, so I should have. But I don't think I did, just because I was tired. I was tired and didn't have good lighting, so I didn't do it. Next, I worked a little bit on my high-low. I am stitching this one as a stitch along with Laura Conrad. She is on Instagram, and she's pretty far. She's a lot farther than I am. But I'm also stitching What Lies Beneath with her, and I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute, even though I haven't worked on that one since I saw you last. But actually, you need to see a picture of what it's gonna look like. So this is what it will look like when it is completed. I did start on that upper corner over here. This is by MC Escher, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And my husband and I just really, really love MC Escher. This is one of our favorites, and so this will go, I'm not sure. I'm either actually, like when you walk in my house, you walk into like a foyer, and there's a wall right there where the closet is, and I'm thinking about putting it like right in the entryway. That could be kind of cool. I was gonna put it downstairs in the basement after he finishes up his man cave. However, he's also turning his man cave into like a theater room, and so it's gonna be too dark to really show that off. And after the amount of hours and time, I'm like, nope, I want to see that. So this one is supposed to be my daily 30 stitch. However, I still have not found a good time to do a daily 30. The last few days I have been doing a daily 30 on my Advent animals. I kind of needed my brain to relax at work. It's been very busy, and so during lunch I have gone for either a walk and then done some stitching, or I have just done stitching and tuned everything out. So anyway, this is supposed to be my daily 30, and I really need to find time for doing that because this is so relaxing to work on. So this right here is actually the end of the page. However, I don't like to stop on my pages. I don't really like to stop at a hard stop, I guess is what I will call it. I like to give myself a little bit of just follow the stitches so that I hopefully won't have any lines from where I've started and stopped. And on this one, I was like parking to finish the thread, and I'm finding that they're getting in my way, so I have gone back to flipping it over every single time and finishing off my thread. I just realized I haven't been telling you guys what kind of materials I've been working on. The last two are both on 25 count Lugana, and Marigold is on Stormy Cloud 25 count Lugana. This one is on 28 count Monaco, and I do really like Monaco. It is one of my favorites to stitch on, whether it is in hand 2/2 or doing it 1/1. I do really like it because I don't know if you can see, but the holes are quite large, but you get really good coverage, like you don't notice the holes. So since you saw this one last, there we go. I put in 648 stitches. This one is really, really fast to put stitches in. And if you are new to full coverage and you like MC Escher, I do really actually recommend this one because it is not at all heavy on the confetti side. It is actually really low confetti, and so it's almost block stitching in my opinion, just because you'll have almost the entire block one color, and so you can just zip right along. You can get 100 stitches in a half hour if you are really putting your mind to it, or if you're just fast. you know. But anyway, I do recommend this one if you like MC Escher and you are thinking about doing a full coverage. This one does not give you many headaches. It's very enjoyable to work on, but it is a lot of browns. And actually, speaking of browns, this is kind of funny. Whenever Angie and I work on any browns, so she's doing the Nativity. I think it's by Donna Gelsinger. It's gorgeous. But anyway, she was at a point where she was doing a lot of browns, and I was working on this one at the same time, and it is also a lot of browns. There's greens and things like that in here as well, but it's mostly browns and blacks. And so we do have a hashtag that if you are working on a lot of brown, you're welcome to join us on that one. It's called New Brun Stitch. Kind of just as a tip your hat kind of thing to Angie. She is Canadian, and so I was combining the word brown, which is brun in German. And then, of course, she lives in Canada, so I was like, this is a fun play on words. How about New Brun Stitch? So, yeah. So if you see that hashtag whenever I tag, or whenever I put this one up, and I worked on a lot of browns, that's what that is, and you're welcome to use that hashtag. It's a lot of fun. That is actually all that I have for things that I have currently worked on, and I am babbling a lot today. That wasn't even a whole lot to show you, and I have like gotten into like 20 minutes. Anyway, plans coming up. I will continue to work on all the projects that you have seen today. I'll be working as much as I can on Walk as One, try to get that one as high as I can on that percentage before we get to spring. Of course, I'll be working on Marigold because that one is our Tuesday stitch along, and it's a nice break from everything else. It's really nice to have those different colors to work on. And also coming back to suggesting high-low as a beginning kind of into like full coverage. Check out Sheena Pike on Heaven and Earth Designs. These larger projects that have like, her dragons and stuff like this, they aren't actually that high of confetti on the entire thing. They have a good mixture of very low confetti to a lot of block stitching to some maybe medium, higher confetti here and there. But yeah, definitely if you like her stuff and you are new to full coverage, those are really good places to go. I'll also continue to work on Kenny Kangaroo and probably Sheila Sheep, and I'm not sure if Megan is planning on getting through those next two and another, or if it's just those two for this month. I'll have to reach out to her, but you are more than welcome to join me on any of those. And thank you again for joining me. It is like really close to Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. Do something for yourself and make yourself happy. Go get yourself something that you truly love, something that makes you happy, some kind of treat, whatever it is. Do something for yourself, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye.